Okay, everyone. I thought I'd do that little tag video about collection and stuff. So let's get into it. First up on the list is your newest purchase. Now, if you watch me, you'll know what this is. This obviously isn't the fragrance. This is what I put it in, and that is Kilian's Love and Tears Surrender. This is possibly my favourite and most expensive purchase I've made. It's beautiful spring fragrance. It's jasmine, lilies, all sorts of white flowers. It's perfect for the spring. This will be my last purchase for a while, as you can imagine, given the price. But I'm so glad I bought it. And this is probably one of my favourite purchases, if I'm honest, and I'm glad to have another Kilian in my collection. So that's my newest fragrance, Kilian Love and Tears Surrender. Okay, next up is my oldest bottle, and that is this one. I do have a slightly older bottle, but there's only about that much in it. Well, slightly older I say, much older. This bottle itself is about 10, 11 years old. This was like the third bottle of this fragrance I got. It was pretty much all I wore. It's Hugo Boss Soul, and it's a very oriental fragrance. It's got bits of orange, a little touch of lavender, but not too much. And it's vanilla and it's creamy. I don't think it has cardamom in it. It's got that kind of feel about it. This was out before La Nuit de l'Homme, and it's got that kind of, you know what I mean, that kind of warm, sensual thing about it. Don't think this, apart from me, has ever got any love or anything from anyone. I think it's a very nice fragrance. Underrated, like all of Hugo Boss's, really. So yeah, that's my oldest bottle, probably 10, 11 years old, and that's Hugo Boss Soul. Okay, my most expensive bottle. Technically wasn't the most expensive bottle, but technically it is, if price per mil or whatever. Obviously I think this was probably just under maybe 10 mils or something, and it was £25, which I'm happy with. But I think this probably goes for over £200, €200 count about. So I think by far this would technically be my most expensive bottle. But God, I love it. It's worth it. I wish I had a big bottle because I'd wear the hell out of it, because it's really, really nice. But yes, that's my most expensive bottle, and that is Frederic Malle Lipstick Rose. And next up is my most reasonably priced. Now, I do have things that probably cost me less than this, but we're not including inspired buys, technically inspired buys, and this is a full size, it's 30ml, so obviously I've got smaller bottles, but we'll count 30ml as the smallest for this particular thing, and this is absolutely bloody beautiful. It does have a passing resemblance to Black Opium, but it's not exactly the same, so we'll say it once knew Black Opium. It walked past it in the street. It's not really inspired by it, but it kind of is. But yes, that's Zara Gardenia, and this is oh yeah, how much did it cost me? This cost me £3, £2.99. I mean, come on, and this is absolutely gorgeous. And again, I will be wearing a lot more of this. So my cheapest, most affordable is Zara Gardenia. Okay, my easiest reach at the moment. Not weird at all. This, I mean, let's not lie. This is a good, fresh, easy, dumb reach. Don't have to think about it. A few sprays, you know you smell good, you know you smell fresh, you know you smell clean. Great fragrance, ignore the noise in the background. Yeah, so my easiest dumb reach at the moment is Office for Men Fragrance 1 from Jezza. again, solid fragrance, sweet, pleasant, fresh, fruity, lasts forever, just too darn expensive. Next up is favourite bottle design. Now, apart from this being, actually it's really beautiful, okay, it's a small one, you can see it's all glistening, and yes, it does look, you know, like an alien, if you like, but it's not the reason I love this bottle so much. Come on. It looks like an arse. That, you can see it, it looks like a bum, doesn't it? Some people could say boobs, but I'm a bum man, and that definitely is funny. Looks like a bum. So yes, my favourite bottle is from Mugler, and it's Alien Essence Absolutio. Next up is my smallest bottle, and I've got loads of these little minis, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know where they're coming from. I think I've got some sort of mini fairy. I've never bought a mini, have I? Yes, I bought the Burberry London minis, but apart from that I've never bought a mini. I don't understand how I've acquired them, but I've got about a dozen. They're all roughly the same size, but I thought this one was quite cute. It's exactly the same as a big bottle, and it's Calvin Klein. No, you can't see that, I'm not some sort of YouTube wizard. It's Obsessed from Calvin Klein anyway, which is quite nice. I've tried it a few times. Don't know why I've got it, don't know where it came from. But if the little mini fairies want to keep bringing me them, I'm quite happy. Next up is the biggest bottle I've got, and I mean, come on, look at that. That's not the tiniest bottle in the world. I mean, look, I practically have to zoom out. It's bigger than my cow. I don't know why on earth this is so big, and it weighs an absolute ton. I think it's made of slate or lead or something. I don't think this is glass at all. But yes, that's my biggest bottle by miles. I think most normal bottles come up to about here on it, and it's like this big for no reason at all. But yes, biggest bottle is from Isibiaki, and it's Nuit d'ici, Pulse of the Night. Okay, next up on the list is Best Memory. Come on, we all knew it was coming in at some point. I've obviously got a few more special fragrances with a lot of kind of intimate and close and happy memories, but this does it all. It's my youth. Who can't look back fondly on the crazy rubbish we got up to in our youth? And not just that, I'm pretty sure I wore this to my graduation, which, you know, is a very special time, and I know it would have smelled damn good. And although not that long ago, it's still longer enough ago for this to have been a massive beast, and I'd have shook Patrick Stewart's hand. And what he'll remember from that graduation, he won't remember me, but he'll probably remember someone smelt of dupe. So yes, dupe on, or yup home, or yup home, or whatever you want to say, it's dupe, come on, is my best memory. Right, sorry folks, you'll all hate me for this. Not worth the hype for me. Not just talking about this is the parfum, but all three of them. Are they worth the hype? To me personally, as a human being, no. It's shower gel with pepper in it. Not that there's anything wrong with shower gel, or there's anything wrong with pepper, or metallic pepper that scratches away at your brains and makes your nose bleed and gives you a headache. But Sauvage just isn't my cup of tea. It's not to say it's a bad one, but I'll pick a less controversial one. Obviously, this cost me practically nothing. Well, I say practically nothing, it cost me something, but do you know, don't get me wrong, it's actually a really nice fragrance, quite lovely in fact, but all the hype surrounding this, obviously I was quite excited to get it, and it's my first Guerlain, but yeah, it's citrus and goes a little bit creamy and lasts about 2-3 hours. Okay, like I say, it's not awful, but is it worth the hype? No. in my personal opinion, but other people love stuff. I know other people love this. About 10 billion people in the world wear this all day, every day, for every occasion. Go to the toilet, get married, go shopping, just sitting, chilling, drinking a beer, whatever reason. Everyone loves Sauvage, so it's my personal opinion, and clearly it deserves a hype because everyone wears it. I just don't get it, I suppose. Alright, thanks folks. Worth the hype. Well, I know this is not, you know, your world famous most banging fragrance on earth or whatever. Probably could have, per mil, could have fitted in my cheapest one by a long way. This cost me £10. Okay? Does it smell like £10? Does it, heck? This smells like a £100 bottle of... Oh, not 100, am I exaggerating? No! I think if this came out in some sort of niche bottle from a niche brand, people would absolutely love it. It's rich, resinous, warm, slightly boozy, vanilla. This is the best vanilla I've ever smelled, and I've smelled Annie and things like that. Annie is gorgeous, and I'd love to own a bottle of Annie, but pound for pound and everything considered, this is just beautiful. I mean, it's so, God, it's nice. It's so versatile as well. You can wear it, it's vanilla, you can wear it any time. It's not just like vanilla essence, there are little nice touches to it, you know, like this, like I say, the spices, the booziness, the resinousness. It's just a great fragrance. Does it deserve the hype? Yes. And it cost me £10, and it's 250ml, and it smells like heaven. Get this, and I will say it, it's Eau de Mission's cologne, and it's called Le Coven de Minimes Haute Province, or whatever, but it's from Coven de Minimes, and that's Eau de Mission's cologne, the monks. Okay, so favourite fragrance from favourite house is Kilian, and it's back to black. We knew this, decanted it into this, haven't I? It's just heaven. Could it get any better? Also, ignore the idiots outside. You know, it's past midday. They've been on the vodka already. Anyway, I'm rambling. It's tobacco. It's brandy, rum, whatever. It's a little touch of cherry. It's honey. Could you imagine a more sensual, beautiful fragrance? Okay, it's not a banger performer. It's not a bro scent. You can't smell it from 400 miles away. It's quite a close encounter's one, and after a couple of hours it does move close to the skin. But this is it. It's called Aphrodisiac. It is meant to be a closer encounter fragrance, and I can smell it on myself the whole time. It's just perfection of a fragrance from my favourite house, Kilian. Yeah, okay, I've got 2 full bottles, kind of bottles if you want to look at it like that. But I want about 15, let's say. 15 of them have been absolutely fantastic. It's not going to happen, and I will do a top 5 Kilian thing soon. But yes, I want lots of them. They are top notch, they are fantastic, and as you can see, one's already featured in this list. But this is my favourite, but actually I think Love and Tears for this type of weather is obviously much better. But yeah, I'll stop waffling. That's Kilian, back to black, and that's my favourite fragrance. Finally is my most used, and I so should have bought a big bottle of this, shouldn't I? As you can see, I'm probably a quarter of the way down now. I don't know if you can tell there. Wear this quite a lot, and you know, for people like us, we don't always wear the same thing. Yeah, I'm rinsing this. I love it. It's beautiful. It's fresh. It's easy to wear. It's like it always sounds like a contradiction, but it's like a powdery, watery rose with just a fresh feel. It's like water, but scented water, like perfume. But no, it's just fresh and easy, and it smells gorgeous. I don't think it leans feminine at all. I think it smells like a classy gentleman and just works in the heat. So yeah, that's my most worn Burberry Brit. Thanks folks.